Here's why Trump just fired 1,300 people from the Department of Education, and what this department actually does. So just yesterday, they fired 1,300 people from the Department of Education, essentially cutting its workforce in half. And its head, Linda McMahon, said this was just the first step in shutting it down entirely.
We're going to end education coming out of Washington, D.C. We're going to close it up.
But why do they want to do this? Since the department was introduced in 1979, conservatives have been trying very hard to get rid of it. They think that it's inefficient, that education should be left to the states to handle, and more recently that it's been pushing woke ideology and DEI. You know, all the usual stuff. But what would happen if they were actually to shut it down? And what does it even do in the first place? Well, it handles nearly all of our student loans, funds education for poor and disabled children, and enforces civil rights laws in schools. You know, so we don't bring back segregation. What the DOE doesn't do is write curriculums or decide what schools can teach. That is and always has been up to local communities to decide. So it's clearly not because of woke or DEI. It's probably just because they want the government to be small. And if it happens, a lot of stuff could go down. Poor and disabled kids could lose school funding, student loans could get really messy, state or local taxes could go up, and although he needs an act of Congress to officially shut the department down, he's already working on an executive order to bypass that. So if you like all these ideas, sit back and relax. But if you don't, call your local congressperson and tell them to oppose. Because if you don't, your student loans could get a lot more complicated.